He was a criminal, an escape artist, a forger, even a man on the run. Yet he became known as the father of modern criminology. This is the story of Eugène François Vidocq, the man who used the secrets of criminals to help the law, and whose life created the model of the detective as both real and legendary. Vidocq's story begins with crime, not law. He was born in 1775 in Arras, the son of a baker. From an early age, he was restless and wild. At 13, he even stole his parents' silver. His father, hoping to teach him a lesson, sent him to jail, but the lesson did not work. As a young man, Vidocq became famous for his skill with a sword. People called him the Wild Boar. He fought duels, chased women, and kept ending up in prison. Those years gave him real experience in crime. He joined the army and fought bravely in battle, but his quick temper ruined him. After facing punishment, he deserted and went back to crime. Soon he was sentenced to 8 years of hard labor. But Vidocq was no ordinary prisoner. He escaped more than 20 times, often using daring disguises. Once, he even walked out dressed as a nun. What seemed like failure became lessons. Making fake papers taught him about documents. Escaping from prison showed him their weaknesses. Living with criminals helped him understand their minds. By 1809, tired of running, Vidocq made an important choice. He joined the Paris police.
We must be vigilant and discreet.
The streets are our eyes and ears.
Vidocq first became an informant in prison. Later, he did the same on the streets. His cover was perfect. Criminals thought he was one of them. In 1811, his success brought something new. He was allowed to form a small secret police unit. By 1812, it grew into the Brigade de la Sûreté, the first criminal investigation bureau in the world. Unlike uniformed constables, Vidocq's men worked in disguise, blending into Paris's underworld. And here was his most radical idea. He staffed his force with ex-criminals. Why? Because, as he said, it takes a thief to catch a thief. By 1813, Napoleon himself signed a decree making the Sûreté a state security force. Vidocq was now its chief. Under his command, the Sûreté became both feared and admired. He was the first to recruit women into law enforcement. His unit was small, just 28 agents by 1824, but devastatingly effective. Still, his methods made him enemies. The same background that made him effective also made him suspect. Critics accused him of corruption, of staging crimes only to solve them. In 1827, he resigned wealthy but mistrusted. Vidocq wasn't just an investigator, he was a proto-scientist of crime. He built the first criminal database, thousands of detailed cards with physical descriptions, handwriting samples, and criminal methods. This system was the ancestor of modern fingerprint files and databases. He pioneered forensics decades before the word existed. He made plaster casts of footprints, preserved for analysis. In 1822, he solved a murder by comparing a bullet to the suspect's pistol caliber, an early form of ballistics. He even saw the potential of fingerprints, but he never found a reliable way to record them. Even outside policing, his innovations continued. He patented indelible ink and unalterable bond paper to fight forgery. The French government later adopted his ink for official banknotes. And above all, he mastered infiltration. Disguised as a beggar, a soldier, or a merchant, he could blend into any crowd. He didn't just observe criminals, he lived among them, extracting secrets invisible to traditional police. But how effective was Vidocq really? He claimed the Sûreté cut Paris crime by 40% in 8 years and boasted of thousands of arrests. But such figures are doubtful. France had no reliable statistics, and Vidocq was a master of self-promotion. His memoirs mixed fact with legend. When he resigned, in 1827, papers said crime rose again. True or not, his impact was unmistakable.
If you enjoyed this and found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your support helps us create more content like this.